Hi, Jim.
I'm a bunny rabbit. We have a package in front of us that I've been excited to open for 2 days. I haven't opened it.
I'm proud of her. This has been impressive to watch. Watching the self-control take over.
I would like to talk to you about Einkorn. One grain in German is what it means. Einkorn grain. And I have done a lot of research on it. I've got a ton more left to do, but I'm going to tell you a story about what I've learned. So I went online to Amazon and I looked up Einkorn to see if I could find some, and I found a cookbook about it. And the author's name, her first name's Carla. If you put Einkorn in, you'll get it. It's got a big piece of big round bread on the front of it. Tells her story. She had a daughter who had gluten sensitivity, and it caused all kinds of different problems.
And this is a family that loved to cook, loved to eat lots of homemade breads.
Well, let me tell you, her parents are both Italian. They were both cooks. She was raised in Connecticut. In her junior year, she went over to Italy and as an exchange student. There she met her husband, and I think
she met a young man who became her husband.
She met a young man who became her husband, and they got married, and they came back to Connecticut and decided they wanted to do real food and to make real Italian, good, wholesome, organic food. And so in 1997, they decided, you know what, we need to go closer to the source. So they went back to Italy and they did it there. And they are using Einkorn grain because they found that their daughter does not have the gluten sensitivity to it. So first disclaimer. Einkorn grain is not gluten-free. So if you have celiac disease, you cannot use this. If you have a gluten sensitivity, there is a great chance you can use this. And this is the difference. So it's the makeup of the grain. This is an ancient grain. It was almost in complete extinction before.
And in fact, you can only get it in a few places now. There's not very many people growing it.
It's very hard to grow. And when you do grow it, you only get 40% yield of what you would get for normal wheat because it comes with a really...
Not very good economics there, right?
So they are growing it in a field. They started with 50 acres and now they've expanded it and they've got it off into this little area in a village where it doesn't get contaminated by other grains. And it is... Okay, I'm going to read this so that I get it right. 30% more protein, and it doesn't have some of the same protein in it that regular wheat has that makes it harder for us to digest. And it has 15% less starch in it. You know, starch is a sugar. So when you eat this kind of grain, it stays with you longer too because it has less sugar in it. And so it's more filling for you and it gives you more nutrients. It has more minerals and vitamins in it and B vitamins. So it's much stronger, better for you. They decided to try it for their daughter and it completely changed her life. If she, several years after she had been on it, she went to a birthday party, they gave her a piece of cake. Instantly, within 2 hours, she went back to all of the same things that she'd had with the wheat. But with Einkorn, she can eat it without that problem. So we are gonna open this up. Now, I reiterate, you can't use this, it's not gluten-free, so if you have celiac disease, you still can't use it. So I just opened it, and I'm gonna show this grain. So if you go to Amazon and actually, I'll leave down in the below the brand that this is. This is a really, it's a beautiful grain, and the holes are off of it.
It's difficult to deal with because you have to remove the husk before you can use the grain. So it's a fairly complex process.
And you have to learn to cook differently with it. So I've got her cookbook, and you have, it's depending on whether it's dry or wet, your dough, depending on how it cooks. And so her cookbook tells you all how to do it, how to cook, how to sprout it, how to make sourdough. I'm so excited to make sourdough, because you make sourdough with just the water and the flour and without yeast, and then it'll make your own yeast. And it was very interesting when she was talking to me about it this morning. She, like on the 4th day, she started having...
Talking to you about it?
She was talking to me on a video.
Oh, okay.
I felt like she was talking to me. So, she had bubbles in hers about day 5, day 4, whatever. And she said, you won't. She says, I've been cooking with einkorn for years, so my kitchen has all the spores in it.
Wow.
And she said, it may take a month for our sourdough to get to be where it needs to be.
This is going to be fun watching Rhenda figure this out.
So, what we're going to do now is take some of our grain and put it in our Vitamix, 1 cup, and make some flour out of it, and then I'm going to learn how to cook with it. So, scissors are in the dishwasher. I hope you can see this. Look at how pretty it is. It's a lighter color, and she says it has a really nutty flavor, much different than other wheat. So we're going to try this. And I don't want to lose any grains of it. There is another, I will tell you, this was 10 pounds and it cost me $25. So it's way more expensive than regular wheat. However, I found another farm in, and it was free shipping. They ship it to their family that's in Connecticut, and that's where it's distributed out of. So it's free shipping over, and I got this off of Amazon, and when you go to the regular site, anything over $25 is free shipping. So back to this. There is another place that grows up in South Dakota, and they grow einkorn wheat. Their prices for 15 pounds, this was 10, was $89. So we're talking at least $70, $75 for 10 pounds or so. So $25 for 10 pounds is a steal. And this is completely organic, and I feel really excited because of the family that grows it. They love it, they love the land. When I started reading her book, it was just so great, the stories that she told along with the recipes. So, what we're gonna do is put this in the Vitamix. 1 cup. I'm gonna move this back so I can get a little more of this screen. And I went on our trusty YouTube to find out how to do this morning. So you turn it on, then you turn it all the way to as high as it goes, and then you turn this to high. So what I'm gonna do is you do it for 1 minute. So Maestro, can you time me?
I can time you. Let me get the timer going here. Just 1 moment.
And I'll probably take the sound out so you don't have to hear the sound.
Okay, tell me when to start. When you start, I'll go.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Why is this not working? Did you know that you have to turn it on the side before you can make it work? This is new. Sorry. Ready?
Nope.
Set.
Go. looks like flour to me.
That's flour. Look at that. That's nice flour.
Show it. Wow. Okay.
Soft. What? How long did that take? 15 seconds?
30 seconds is what you did.
Whoa. Okay. I pretty much like this. So today I'm like, okay, we have a wheat grinder, but we left it in Oregon because most of our stuff is there. So I need to go get a new wheat grinder. And I'm like, wait a minute. The reason I bought the Vitamix is because I saw one of my fellow YouTubers grinding her wheat in it. I have a wheat grinder. Yay! So I'm gonna learn how to use this and I'll show it to you on another video. In the meantime, go check out Einkorn, especially, well, anybody. We aren't gluten sensitive, but we're gonna switch over. There's beautiful stories about it. Just go online and read about them. You'll really, really like them.